It's Christmas time at our house. That means it's time for Scotcheroos. We have a cup of peanut butter, a cup of sugar, a cup of corn syrup, and 6 cups of Rice Krispies. That's all we need to get started. See you in a second.
Any old thing, get to you. Any old thing will do. Any old thing will do.
Okay, this recipe is super quick, super easy. However, there are some things to keep in mind. First of all, you want to make sure that you have all of your ingredients ready before you start cooking, because it is a very fast process. We're more or less making like a candy, and it's very easy to overcook it, undercook it, scorch it, all that. So it is a very fast process. Again, make sure you have everything ready before you get started. The other thing to keep in mind is you need a very sturdy spoon, because this will get hard to stir towards the end of the recipe. And please make sure that you have a pretty good sized pot, because it will have to hold all of the Rice Krispies at the end. I have turned my burner on to medium heat. On my stove it's about a 6, so somewhere around in that range if you're using electric, or a medium heat if you're using gas. And what we're going to do to get started with this is blend the corn syrup and the sugar together. Once the corn syrup and the sugar is mixed together, we're going to leave it on this medium heat and just kind of watch it. We want to wait until it gets to a boil, and then we're going to start counting from there. Once it gets to this stage of boiling, we want to wait approximately 1 minute. Now, if you're a candy maker, you're going to have a temperature. You're going to be used to using a thermometer to do this, but over the years of making this, I've just gotten it kind of down to, I know what it looks like. So after about a minute, right after it starts boiling, we want to then come in, take the mixture off of the heat, and then start putting in the peanut butter. And once the peanut butter is mixed in, then we come in very quickly with the Rice Krispie treats, or Rice Krispies. I would do about half at a time. So 3 cups in, stir it, because it is very thick, hard to stir. And then come in with the rest. Woo! Giving my muscles a workout on this one. It does get very hard to stir because that sugar is cooling down, and it gets very tough after a while. Once you get all of the Rice Krispies and peanut butter and sugar all mixed in together, we just come in with our 9x13 pan. I've even used muffin cups to do this. I'm thinking about maybe trying mini muffin cups. Will be kind of good with that as well, if you needed small ones. But the main idea is just throw this mixture in there. And smush it down. You don't want to pack it really tight. Just get it in there so it forms to the pan really well. You do want the top to be kind of smooth, because we're going to come in after this cools and put the chocolate on top. Now, what you're going to want to do after that is make sure you leave some Rice Krispies on the spoon and in the pan, because when no one else is around, you get to eat this, and it is so delicious fresh out of the pan. Okay, I've cleaned up. The Rice Krispies are hardened and cooled, and now it's time for the fun part. I take 1 full bag of butterscotch morsels and 1 full bag of semi-sweet morsels. You can use less if you want. I know my mom makes this. She only makes half a bag of each. But I like the chocolate, so I like mine in there a little bit thicker, a little more thick. I am going to put this in the microwave for 1 full minute. It's not going to cook it all the way through in 1 minute, but you want to stir it at every 10 seconds after that until when you stir it they are completely mixed together. Okay, so we're at about 1.5 minutes, and you can probably tell here they're mixing together quite nicely. So the chocolate took about 2 full minutes to get to a consistency where I can stir it like this. You're still going to have a few chocolate chips that haven't melted in the last minute or so, but if you keep stirring it, those will finally smooth out as well. Alright, so once you get the chocolate all mixed up, all you do is pour it on the top and spread it out nice and even. So once you get the chocolate all spread out into the pan, we're going to let this sit for a couple of hours so that chocolate can harden. We'll then cut it into squares and try it. But that's it. Super easy. It's definitely my most requested recipe, and it's super, super good.